Hi, Sandra Hillawi here. I wanted to make a video for those people who are looking at learning and mastering EFT and tapping, either for personal use or for their practice to use professionally. There's many variations of EFT and tapping now since we started some 20, 25 years ago. And when I started out in 2000, it was classical EFT, or really it was EFT, but now we call it classical EFT. And then later, and I'll explain the differences shortly, we came to develop Energy EFT, and now we have modern energy tapping. So what's the difference? How did we get here? And which one should you choose if you're going to learn about EFT? Hopefully this will give you some guidance. So when we started out with classical EFT, we called the field energy psychology, that we were doing something with the energy system to change our psychology. And we had a very basic understanding about what was going on back then. And we did something like, you know, even though I have this problem, I feel this pain, I feel anxious, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And then we did our tapping round, and sandwiched between 2 rounds of tapping, we used to have this eye movement routine, humming and counting to activate and balance the left and right side of the brain. And it was very, very effective, although it was very weird. And then we would come back to assess what's changed after those couple of rounds of tapping in the EFT sandwich. And we applied that in our life to our experiences and our emotions and problems very effectively, I will say. And then over the years, we started to learn more with our experience. And so some things evolved. And Sylvia Hartman, who then, you know, from us using and working with classical EFT, developed Energy EFT. And that was to bring into some kind of a system, a way of using some of the evolutions and positive developments that had arisen. So in Energy EFT, we introduced the heart and soul protocol. So instead of tapping on, even though I have this problem, I love and accept myself, we just say, I have this problem. A lot of people used to find the, you know, a little bit of discomfort with the I love and accept myself, because they don't. And so when we drop that and actually put the hands on the heart, you know, we're actually loving ourselves when we've got our hands on our hearts. And then just to state the problem or the solution, what I actually want, you know, from this state. So, and we drop the eye movement and the humming, counting, humming, a little routine in between the tapping, because again, not that it wasn't effective, because it was very effective, but just to make it more easy and smooth and accessible to our clients who were trying to help with the protocol. So we got the heart and soul protocol. And the other thing that we came to understand is that, you know, there's more to life than zero, as in zero pain, zero stress, zero problem. And Sylvia Hartman introduced the SU scale, going from -10 to +10, where, okay, after the pain's gone, after the problem's gone, we say, well, what's better than this? And what's better than this? And what would be even better that this no longer ever comes, this problem doesn't repeat itself. So we found our way to +10, where we started to have a spiritual experiences of love, of forgiveness, and the embodying of the change in our being to create lasting change. So from -10 to +10, we had the SU scale, and in that was a very important foundation stone, which is the energy body stress chart. And this was to give recognition to that. The energy body and the energy disturbances, flow states, was not only influencing our psychology, but everything. That everything about a human being, how we think, how we feel, how we act, the decisions we make, how we think about ourselves, how we relate to the world, our physiology, everything is influenced by our energy state. And so Sylvia Hartman brought the energy stress chart, which is a roadmap from -10 to +10, where every state we can say, oh yeah, I know that state, I've been there, done that, I see myself doing that a lot. But knowing that the difference between all of these states is just more energy. Just how do we add more energy so we can uplift ourselves into more empowered states? This was like revolutionary. Foundation stone went down for us to understand ourselves and each other better, and have the map to go out of the problem into the freedom and success solution states that we want, and to create lasting change. Wonderful innovations that we had in this, out of classical EFT into what we call Energy EFT. So the other thing is we kind of finally recognize that, we are really working with energy. We're not actually just energy psychologists, because all of these changes, or all of our human performance, is arising from our energy state. So really all we're doing is looking after the health of our energy body. Are we blocked? Is there some hunger there we need to meet, or something we need to get it to flow better, increase our flow, or are we in flow and we're functioning well? So this was Energy EFT. So, where do we go from there? We were using this energy model approach to identify our origins of our problems and go there with our energetic posture to an understanding and models to unblock and to heal and to bring about the flow states of +10. And then again, with time and experience and further evolutions, we now have modern energy tapping. So what's the difference between Energy EFT and modern energy tapping? Well, what we used to do, again, even in our Energist model of working with the energy body, making a stand as being Energist in the third field with Energy EFT, but we were still tapping on our sadness, our stress, our pain, our guilt, our fear. And what would happen is we would go through a series of emotions, maybe, some painful emotions, until we got clear, and then we would come up the SU scale towards +10. And so we would maybe have the starting point and effectively kind of go down and then come back up again. And with modern energy tapping, we have a different approach, and it creates different pathways to healing, where we start off to acknowledge and recognize the starting point. Okay, so this is how we feel. But instead of tapping on, okay, I'm feeling like this, I'm feeling lazy, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling stressed, I'm feeling anxious. We say, okay, I allow myself to feel what I'm feeling. However, what do I need? Well, maybe what I need is a rest. Okay, we can tap for a rest. Maybe what I need is understanding, some understanding for my situation. Maybe what I need is comfort and some gentleness. Maybe what I need is courage and power, more confidence. And so what we're effectively doing is tuning into ourself and the state that we have, and seeing it as an energy hunger. Because where we have this blockage, we have less energy, lower energy states. And so there is something missing. We need something to like the antidote to that state. So with modern energy tapping, we say, what do we need? And we feed the energy body with the appropriate energy. And as we do that, our energy goes up. And it's like going from London to Edinburgh direct rather than going London to Southampton and up to Edinburgh. So it creates new pathways for healing. It's direct, it's lighter, it's easier, there's less tears because we're spending less time in those more painful emotions. And that isn't to say that those roots are not healed, because when we get to the overflow state of +10 and above, the overflow kind of flushes and heals and releases and creates the lasting change. And that's one of the keys in the Guild of Energists with our Energy EFT and modern energy, that we managed to find our way to create lasting change. So modern energy tapping is tapping with positives, feeding the hunger of the energy system when we're in the lower energy states of stress and painful emotions, and bringing us up to +10 and above, and bringing about that evolution. So there we have it, classical EFT to energy EFT to modern energy tapping. That's where we are today. Welcome to the training courses. I hope that helps you be guided to the right next step for you. Thanks for listening.